All right, welcome back to WMAC Now with your host, Chuck Stevenson. So, good night of fights, good night of fights. I wasn't disappointed with any of the 4 UFC fights. The Bellator fight, it was okay. Just doing a little quick reaction here. Going to go over all of them real quick. So let's start off in the flyweight division. Sabina Mazzo defeated Justine Kish via submission due to rear naked choke. 3 minutes, 57 seconds of the third round. Mazzo climbed 9-1. Kish fell to 7-3. I picked Mazzo to win this one, but man, going into the third round, I was nervous. Kish was doing good. She had way more volume, doing really good with the low kicks, and she was getting right in the pocket where Mazzo is at her weakest. You know, like I said in the preview, Mazzo does best at range, and she does her best work in the clinch. Mazzo definitely had me nervous, and then she lands that beautiful high kick right to the chin of Justine Kish. Kish goes down. Mazzo pounces on her, latches on that rear naked choke, and Kish had to tap out. You know, time will tell how Mazzo's going to do in the future. She's only, I think, 23 years old. Is she 23? Yeah, 23 years old. Right now, though, I think she's been exposed on more than one occasion. I think Marina showed what you got to do, how to lay the groundwork out to beat her. I think J.J. Aldrich kind of followed that game plan but came up short, and Kish was doing it very well too, except she kept eating those high kicks. I mean, just did not see them coming. So, yeah, Mazzo, I hope she keeps improving, because right now I don't see her trajectory as that high. But like I said, she's only 23, so who knows. Exciting fighter though, but just a extremely slow starter. Moving up to the bantamweight division, still on the prelims. Sajara Eubanks defeated Avila via unanimous decision. You know, I had picked Avila in my weekend preview, but like I said, Avila was going to storm Eubanks. And I said that if Eubanks can survive, and if she can survive the first round, Eubanks is a grinder. She's going to try to grind it out, and that's pretty much what she did. Avila came out every round trying to storm her, trying to come in with a barrage, a wild barrage too, like just throwing windmills and haymakers, and Eubanks got a chin on her. Gotta give credit to Eubanks. She has a chin on her. Good Lord. For her to just absorb the shots that she did and give some right back, kudos to Sajara Eubanks. And she got it out of the first round and got the decision. You know, I don't blame people for getting excited over fighters who have a lot of first round finishes. Young prospects coming up have a lot of first round finishes. I don't blame people for getting excited about them, but 15 years following this sport, you show me a young undefeated fighter with a lot of first round finishes. My question is going to be, what happens if she doesn't get that first round finish? We just saw that tonight. Avila, she's 32 already. But she's young in her fight career, so she still has room for improvement. But, I mean, gotta conserve your gas tank. Gotta conserve your gas tank. And she needs to make a lot of improvements overall, because Eubanks just pretty much had her way with her. I won't say she had her way with her on the ground, but Eubanks was definitely way ahead of her as far as on the ground goes. So congrats to Sarge. And I'm not even a Sarge fan. Up on the main card, flyweight division. Roxanne Modafferi defeated Andrea Lee via unanimous decision. Roxy pulled a repeat. Defeated Andrea Lee in her first fight back in 2014. At that time, though, it was by, I think it was split decision. Let me look this up here real quick. Gotta go way back down here. Dang, how long ago was it? Yeah, so it was split decision back in 2014 as she beat Andrea Lee. This time, convinced all 3 judges. You know, Roxy continues to show a lot of improvement. Got the fight to the ground when she needed to, particularly in the 2nd round and the 3rd round. I gave the 1st round to Lee personally. No. I think I gave the first 2 rounds to Roxy and the last round to Lee. But definitely Roxy has really improved on figuring out what she needs to do in a fight. You know, her fight intelligence, just being a savvy veteran. She knows that she's never going to win a fight at range because, you know, she's so nearsighted. She knows she's got to get into the clinch, get close, get to the clinch, and get the fight to the ground. Lee just did not seem to have a game plan again. Just seemed to content to strike, and then if the fight moved to the ground, it moved to the ground. But I don't know what her game plan was in this fight. And I'll tell you what, she ate a lot of straight right hands from Modafferi too. It's either straight rights or jabs, but she ate a lot of them. Congrats to Roxanne Modafferi. Andrea Lee, I believe this is loss number 3 in a row for her. Yeah, 3rd straight loss for Andrea Lee. Lost to Joanne Calderwood via split decision. Lost to Lauren Murphy via split decision. Very contentious decision there. And now tonight losing to Roxy. So she's got I know she's at MMA Gold now. I don't know what they're going to do to help her improve. I didn't really see much improvement from her tonight at all. But she's got to go back to the drawing board. But nice performance there by Modafferi. That was an entertaining fight too. Then finally, the main event of the evening. Michelle Waterson defeated Angela Hill via split decision. A very close fight here. I gave Hill the first 2 rounds clearly. Waterson took over in the 3rd and 4th round. A very close 5th round fight. I think Waterson just barely edged it. They showed the stats. Hill had slightly more strikes total than Waterson did, but it's not about the count. It's about how the strikes looked. And I think Waterson did more to sway the judges, especially when she started doing the Kias. Judges like that stuff. But Waterson barely edges it. Hill walks straight out of the octagon again. You know, one thing I don't like about Hill, and keep in mind, I wore a shirt tonight, but one thing I don't like about Hill, I don't think she's ever lost a decision that she agrees with. It could have been, I mean, Waterson could have beat her for 5 rounds and she'd probably still be mad at the decision. What do I want to talk about with this fight? Cardio. Hill came out, excuse me, scratchy throat. My apologies for coughing like that. Hill came out looking to finish in the first 2 rounds, and then cardio was shot after that. I mean, she was throwing power with everything. She was chasing after Waterson, beat Waterson up a little bit. I mean, Waterson was definitely bearing the brunt of the fight on her face, but she gassed herself out. She did it again. When is she going to learn? I don't know. I mean, granted, this fight was moved to 5 rounds on a week's notice. But it doesn't matter. Week's notice, 3 weeks notice, the full fight camp moves from 3 to 5 rounds. You got to adjust your game plan. You can't just go out there and pump for the finish like that. And then what happens if you don't get it? Then you're done. She just did not have the right game plan for a 5-round fight. Whereas Waterson, coming out of Jackson Winklejohn Gym, definitely adjusted well to the 5-round fights, which, granted, she just had a 5-round fight a little less than a year ago when she fought Wmma. Waterson's style is just built for longer rounds a lot of the time. What else do I want to say? That's really all I wanted to say about the fight. Because like I said, this is just a quick just like a real quick review, quick reaction video. Great night of fights. I think I went how did I go? 1, 2, 3. I went 3 for 4 on my picks for this, which helped make up for last night where I didn't do so good. Let's talk about this fight. Liz Carmouche defeated Deanna Bennett over at Bellator 246. Submitted Bennett in the 3rd round. Carmouche getting her first finish in like, I don't know how long. Let's see. It's been a long time since she got a finish. Win, decision, decisions, decision. Her first finish since she TKO'd Jessica Andrade in 2013. If you haven't seen the fight, you're not missing much. It was even going into the 3rd round. Definitely gave Carmouche the first, gave Bennett the second, but there wasn't a whole lot of action. It was mostly on the ground, and there really was not much to it either. Not a lot of ground and pound or anything, mostly just positional wrestling, and nothing exciting really. But congrats to Liz Carmouche. Although I'll tell you what, if they give her a title shot off of that and screw over, what's her name? Juliana Velasquez, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be pissed if they give her, Liz Carmouche, a title shot over this win. Anyway, those are my thoughts for this quick reaction for UFC Fight Night, Waterson versus Hill, and Bellator 246. Let me know your thoughts on the fights in the comments down below. Of course, if you liked the video, please give it a like and share it as well. And as always, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to WMMA Scene Now, the most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.